can't wait to tell you about Easy Gig. So I'm Lyle Hand. I'm delighted to be here. This is a company that started right here in Lexington. I got some of my buddies that are running it right here. And let me tell you about it. That was supposed to read that while I was upside down, okay? But this thing is starting to turn the employment world upside down. And what's happening? Well, we've launched a... broke that thing already. We've launched an app, and it's called Easy Gig, and it connects talented people with employers that need help. I got it. With employers that need employees. Is that a problem? You bet it is. But we're working on fixing it. So recognize these companies. Well, these are companies I've worked with for 25 years in other ways, through HR-related things. They can't get enough people right now. How many of you know about that problem? Unemployment's less than 3.5%. You can't find people anymore. But we started about 2 years ago helping them share people. When they shared people, voila, they had a lot more people to deal with. And so the deal is most staffing agencies aren't into this. They aren't into those hourly type jobs. But we are, and we're making it work through this app. And it's artificial intelligence. What happens is, company signs up to use the app. We figure out what all their jobs are. We define them on there. When they need people, they just punch in. So Keeneland, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock. I need 30 people. And they hit a button, automatically goes out to all these employees that have signed up. Now, what about that? Well, we've had to recruit a lot of people. We started this company 22 weeks ago, okay? Idea in January, put it all together in March, got the people ready, got the place, launched it in May. I'm going to show you some stats in a minute. It's pretty awesome. We've already had over 2,000 people apply. We've already had 360. At 6 o'clock tonight, we had a whole bunch of people out on Harrisburg Road. We'll be close to 400 by the end of the night. And here's how it works. We charge on average about $14.50 an hour for these people, okay? The employee gets about $10 an hour. Now, some of the jobs are $12, some are $15 an hour, but it's all competitively based. You know, what does it take to get these people to do these kind of jobs? And they're actually W-2 employees for us, so we pay their benefits, we pay their unemployment, their workers' comp, all those kind of things. But we end up with about $3.50 an hour. We end up with 24% of it. So that's how we make money in the process. But we're delivering people to them that they can't get otherwise, all right? And it's such an easy way to do it. In fact, we've got all these organizations that are helping us get the word out there. So we're advertising all these social media things, and that's how we've gotten over 2,000 applications during these 22 weeks. The Urban County government gave us a $30,000 grant, and we talked to them about this back in February. We just laid out the plan. Here's what we want to do. They said, let's go get this done. So we're working on it with them, and we've gotten a ton of help from the Chamber of Commerce, the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, the Lexington Chamber of Commerce, and we're using all those multimedia ways to get the word out. Now, what's happened? Well, I told you we started in May. First time in May, you can see we had a few people, 46 people, then 178 people, and then by August we had 800 people using it. This is hours. This is hours worked during the month. So last month, 2,460 hours were used. You know, so we have 22 clients now, and I'll show you a bunch of those in a minute. They're places you know, places that you want to order. And this month, our goal was 4,000. We're already over. Well, by last Friday, we were over 3,600 hours. So people are using this on a regular basis. It's just so easy. Here's why it's so cool. You don't have to work for one place. You can work for all kinds of places. You know how nobody wants to give anybody over 30 hours? We can't live on 30 hours. People need more hours than that. But if you're working somewhere else, you get bind up. You can't work, you can't commit here, and then all of a sudden your old boss calls you and needs you. This way, we have 22 clients already on the system. And so you work for us, you can work for any of those 22 clients. So you can work 40 hours a week, over 40 hours a week. If you do, you get overtime. But you can work for 10 different companies during the week. So that's what's happening. So this is really moving along, and we feel very confident about meeting the 5,000 hour mark in November and the 7,000 mark in December. And if you march this thing out, we'll have 21,000 hours this year. We'll have 121,000 next year. So really, it's moving fast. Look at some of these clients. You recognize a bunch of them. Keeneland, Lexington Center, Spindletop, a lot of the big caterers around town. And you have food from these. We don't have Malone's yet. That's just because we haven't had time to go out and get them. But we're starting to get some other kinds of jobs, like paving jobs and Brian's Rental and Purdon's Rental. So more kind of labor jobs. But over time, this is going to expand. In fact, we've already been asked to come to Louisville and help do healthcare jobs. So this is why we're out looking for money, because we got people around the state that want us to come do it. I'm not going to show you the appendix things because that's a bunch of junk you don't need to know about. But they wanted some extra data, so I gave them some more data.